taking on the New York Jets. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. For the Buffalo offense coming out, and it is Josh Allen who is at the helm.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish
I gave you $20 to get more.
And that bye week coming right where they want it in the middle of the schedule.
Stacking on the MIC. Hold on.
Allen looking to throw it right at the outset. And complete right side to Cook. Loose inside the 30. And he's finally down at the 21-yard line. A huge play there right off the bat.
I didn't set my plays up.
Where's the contain there? And yes, that's a question because that was just a simple
yeah, but I got to do something different.
But he hits the Jets, and all of a sudden,
put him over here.
Part in front of him. A huge result there to flip the field, and what was a fairly innocuous play. Touchdown!
I didn't do man, I didn't do trash, I didn't do this way.
His second touchdown on the season. And the Bills need just 2 plays on their opening drive to take the early lead. Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either.
Yeah,
and it's
definitely getting
7-0.
sick, yeah.
That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards
Lowe's
later, into the end zone.
I think what I fucking did that work today.
He's going to bring this out.
I did that work today.
Get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. And trotting out there leading them is their 4th-year quarterback.
And I think if you ask most folks to give you their first half, very likely they're going to say it's this man right here. The NFL's leader in touchdown passes to this point in the season. Still 2 months to go. But if he keeps going to the pace he's at, this is going to be a dangerous team come January.
Yeah, he only had like 95 pass yards.
The MVP.
Really?
Yeah.
Now Hall to start the drive.
95 passing or something?
I think so. Yeah. They have like 180
wow. 95 passing? How do you think you never have 95 passing? Anytime you have 95 passing or more than 100, this would maybe if you're getting like 20 minutes to meet.
Yeah, I know.
Wow. Well, that just blew my mind. I've never heard someone get under 100. You know, for the AR.
You think that's fucking, yeah, I don't know. We haven't done peaceful get this.
I was like mind blown right there.
Maybe it's fucking.
Because he's a QB, so like he likes throwing it and stuff.
I don't know. Sometimes, but. See, I think that's what he was. I don't know.
How many passes did you have last game? 95?
That was probably the worst game you had was pass like that. But,
That blew my mind.
like, you actually ran pretty good that day, but.
You only had 1,900 passing yards throughout the whole season.
Where do you see that, though?
When he first came up, he had 20 passing touchdowns and 14 interceptions. And 1,900 passing yards. I'm like, why do you have so little? Because usually me and you have like at least 3,000 by then.
Yeah, how many games are you doing?
It's about 6, 7. It's about 7 games.
Ready?
Huh?
Oh, you didn't break it up yet? Yeah, they still on your mad quick.
Because to be fair, you gave him the controller in the middle of the play. Well, not in the middle of the play, but he was adjusting and they threw like 60-yard play on the first play.
Yeah, usually like when I do my blitz, I have to have 80%. Because you know, I've been putting some guys that are not.
I gave it to him before I even kicked it off. So,
Yo, Ray, you rolled up there.
You're half asleep, I mean. Huh? Watching UFC.
It was pretty weird.
it's back spot.
I was going to do something. That's what I was going to do. Oh, just set this up and put the thing in the thing.
What's the thing in the thing?
That's it. I think that's it. This fucking weak sauce. The apples will finish the vote tomorrow.
What did you drink?
Say, huh? What I drink? Ice tea. Oh, your mom got no dick in that ass. That's a good thing right now. I mean, not your ones. You ever had Type C gentlemen? People hanging on the fucking narcissist. You're a narcissist. Narcissist. This me? Everybody does talking about the L while you do these. Spoke L's while you do these. Spoke to the doobies. Non the distribution. And then I was talking to Larry Osenheimer. He said that Larry Osenheimer. Wow. He said Larry Osenheimer. You know, straight up said, baby.
Y'all set this? Y'all set the sack bulls too?
No. No, not that one. Just that.
I'm going to stay 5 plus offensive yard and 300 plus the offensive yards too. In the touchdown game, I allow 14 points or less, y'all smoking big.
Take a dog.
Got it.
You already have it
Let's play two style.
Madden. Madden.
Let's play two styles. Crazy. What's outside?
Hey, you roll it, 'cause it's so small. I can't do that. I got a pack that's too big. I can't. I'm afraid to break it. We're gonna have to keep up the papers. I'm gonna keep breaking them.
Two style. Yeah, Go. Ah. Ah. They want to, because I mean, they're fighting, they want to kill each other at that moment, but maybe after it's more respectful. Who knows, right, Ivy? Ready? Yeah.
Run for vote, kid.
To about the 27, it'll be second down. So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that. And by rights, this should be a...
There he goes, left side. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 41 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries in the ball game. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. This defense for the Bills, very strong in that victory a week ago.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with it.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit. Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Here's Diaz throwing on 4th
Oh,
down.
come on.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the Bills are going to get the football back. So their first drive of the game already trailing, having given up points. Surprised that they went for it, right?
Maybe the big guy, the head coach, senses this is going to be a shootout type of a game. That they've got to match them point for point, as opposed to, hey, we'll get them later. Maybe he just has that sense, and that's why he decided to go for it there.
Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Now a first carry for the brother of Dalvin. It's James Cook. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game and leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed. They really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Yeah, he helped you out.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talked about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Allen again here on 2nd and 10. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball
what?
before either guy in double coverage could react.
I think they're going to throw a screen up.
Facing 3rd and 5.
I think they're going to throw a screen.
Now Allen.
Oh!
He's got his target. That's complete. going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 15-yard line. 18 yards, a big pickup there on third down.
Someone sharp in this game.
No.
He made a touchdown pass on the
Right.
first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of Allen hit. He lost the football.
Let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. And a defensive-minded coach loves to turn up the heat, turns it up there, it pays off.
And back in the good old days, those defensive-minded coaches just talked about intimidating teams, using force, right, beating them to the punch. In this case, they're talking about creating turnovers. That's all they preach, all game long, all practice long, every meeting. Get the football. That's what they want.
They'll start on the ground. Hall. And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. And second down. These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in week 2. And it was the Jets winning on the road, so they're looking to finish off the sweep here now at MetLife Stadium. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. Ball again on second down. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Oh, wait.
Back to throw. Diaz. It's a
Go
short
around.
here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to be around the 45-yard line. That's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down. Hall on a give up the middle. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. 54 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. This 2nd and 4. On second down, a run with Hall. Give him 2 yards on the gain there, and it will take us to the end of quarter number 1. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here. 2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. They'll run with Hall. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 10 yards is the pickup. Good enough for a Jet first down. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
Hall again. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
On the counter, it's Hall. And he'll be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 28.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
100%.
On third down, here's Hall. And it's out. He put it on the carpet.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, wait, why are you fucking doing?
Wow,
That's
that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Yeah.
Throwing is Diaz. Throwing on fourth down. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. A great effort there. 28 yards. And the Jets' decision to go for it pays off 6 points. Wow, talk about a big fourth down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it, having that type of
nice touchdown.
let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think
They
you're
were
right
playing
on
the flats,
target,
like,
partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out.
Dude, it's 20 yards away and he fucking rolled into it.
They interplay here this one on a 2-game win streak, plus they come off the open week as well. So this is a team that has a lot of things working in their favor.
It certainly is, and let's face it, this team is playing so well. The worry now is that after a few extra days off, they'll be sluggish coming into this game. So I've heard that he spent more time in practice.
Oh, he got me. I went the wrong way.
Good versus good. Starting offense versus starting defense. They want a fast start in this next game.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they get
Why is Adams in?
Allen off the play fake.
Good ass down.
Complete. That's Rhodes. 2 yards on the pickup there.
Yo, get that away from blowing for me. This makes me feel like shit. Sorry, bro. What was I gonna say? Oh. Adams is not. Adams is all the way down here, bro. Let me see something. Yeah, hold on. Okay, it's right there. Yeah, keep it aiming at you.
A 3rd and just a yard. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
So they fake the handoff. Now blitz coming, and down he goes. Jermaine Johnson racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
You've done plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run he's been on. How about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago. And another one right under
pressure, and they got to him again.
Go, guys.
That's a loss of 4. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Pressure comes. Allen hit. He lost the football.
Let's go, baby.
Has got it. And first and goal is what it will be at the 6-yard line. Excellent field position. He already had the 1 fumble loss, so now 2 fumbles lost here in this first half.
Not setting the pace the way that you want it done. I mean, here in the first half, already twice the ball's come out and hit the turf. Got to find a way to take care of it. Otherwise, they may have to start thinking about maybe someone different in that position.
Yeah.
Diaz following the fumble recovery.
Told you. What the hell is that?
And the Bills are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. CD, when he went to throw that, I'm not sure if he just didn't see where the defense was. Whatever the case, not the throw you're looking for on 1st and goal.
Not at all, because, look, let's face it, that close to the goal line, if you throw an interception, is going to hurt on any down. But really, the only down you can kind of live with is if you do it on 4th down.
Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Quincy Williams worked his way back for that sack. Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
3rd and 12. Cook up the gut, and he is going to lose yardage here. A 3-yard loss. Down now.
That was a 3rd long run, and to me, that was just a wave the white flag kind of a situation. Obviously, they don't want to risk the chance of throwing it downfield and risking a turnover in this section of the field.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Jets will take over. And New York set to take the field. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Now Diaz looking to throw on 2nd down. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Diaz now throwing on 1st down. And come on. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with, well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Now the Jets going to take over on offense to begin this 3rd quarter. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the giver. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Holding offense.
The hell for the shit.
So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
Now a play fake here on first down. He finds his man, complete. That's Bowman. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to bring up second down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put in.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there. You might have a small.
Come on.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down.
Oh, even better.
And incomplete.
Thank you.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. They'll find him. Find him.
Straight ahead is Hall. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
They're going to try and throw. Rolling to his right. And he is caught. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Hey, nothing to see here. Just now Sean McDermott going to throw out the challenge flag.
Is under review.
Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. A handoff for Hall, and he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. Now a 2nd and 10. They'll go again with Hall. Gets around him. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And he's going to get this down inside the 5 before he's out of bounds. 130 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. They'll run with Hall. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Breece Hall with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. And this is no good. It's a missed extra point. Boy, in a tight game, how important might that turn out to be here as the second half rolls along? Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just letting our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other. They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown.
I still understand why it's
if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Meanwhile, Allen's throw going to be caught by
He's not injured. He's always out here, isn't it?
And Davis will have a Bills first down as he'll get this up past the 35-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well. So from the 36 now, first and 10. To throw, it's Allen. This taken in by Kincaid. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
I'll take him out to the ball game.
So in jet territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 48-yard line. On play action, Allen. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. From the gun, it's Allen. Connecting here with Shark on the out route. It'll go as a gain of 4. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
And next teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to... Allen
you got him.
Not get away, and down he goes. Clement Williams drops it for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. The Bills send the punter out. That's him kicking away for the 2nd time. He'll return it from the 6. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The Jets take it over again. Breece Hall making his way out with the offense. And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So, yeah, it's not a lock. But barring injury, it certainly looks like he's going to get there. And what an accomplishment that is. Anytime you get over 1,000 yards, you're celebrated in the NFL.
It's been quite a season. Still a couple chapters left in that book, though. Hall again on 2nd down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8. Here's Hall again. And he loses the football the 2nd time. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble. That could have been trouble.
Yeah. That's crazy.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium as we're about ready to rock and roll for the 4th and final quarter. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Oh, wait.
Operating from the gun, Diaz flushed out right.
Why you stop running?
This one's going to go straight down to
What the hell is that?
The Jets try it, but the fourth down play doesn't work. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. So that's a decision that could loom pretty large here. They go for it on fourth down, but come up empty.
But I actually like the call, and the reason? It shows me a head coach has faith in his team overall. First on the offensive side, thinking they can pick it up, but also knowing that he has faith in his defense that if they don't, they'll go out there and stop him. I like the confidence he showed.
To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on first down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
Allen going to try and throw on 3rd down. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. They come up on a 1st and goal, and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown.
Let's do it.
PAT for the lead. Now Allen off the bootleg. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Quentin Williams able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Play action. Now it's Allen.
Yeah, they
This
just
is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis.
let's go.
And the Jets will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Here's Diaz throwing to start the drive. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll make it 2nd down. Here's a give to Hall. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He has a man. It's complete to Wilson. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. Looking to throw. Diaz. Going right back to Wilson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. They go play action here on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. This is caught inside the 15. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 54 yards.
Well, they already had a big receiving game working, and it's going to get a lot better here. Defensively, they're fortunate this is not a touchdown. But he's just been absolutely unstoppable, and he comes up with yet another gigantic play.
He lost 6 there on the first down play. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown.
Oh shit, so like bounced off. Dude. Wow. I kept my feet about. Yo, nice throw, right? That shit was good.
Number 8 on the season, and the Jets add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. They'll try and run it here, and he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And so they run it in on the 2-point try. You know, so often, Charles, we talk about from the offense's perspective what you do on the 2-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot more now, people blitzing the 2-point conversion. They want you to make a quick decision and make it right now.
There, the offense wins the battle for 2.
Let's try this.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. And he's going to go down again. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Oh, God.
So it's Bills football here as we
He said chimichangas and the icon of starring Big Blue Bam Bam Boo Boo.
Allen.
Oh! Harrison had that.
And this is territory here. They know down 2 scores at this late stage, 10-yard passes aren't going to do it. So they took the shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Throwing, Allen.
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck. How did he make that throw? I swear I didn't see him make that throw. How the fuck he made that shit? Did he get almost sacked?
That's complete to Davis. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
I'm going to go through for like one play.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a 1st down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can start with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
That's complete. It's caught. Oh. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet.
Keep on Hill. No.
We'll get an
Sorry,
when
bro.
we return to MetLife Stadium. Here's 2nd down and 3. To throw is Allen. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
And now the focus is really clear. They need to get that 1st down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
Here's Allen.
You got him.
Coming and he's taken down. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. One final try here for Allen. Work in the middle of the field.
Get the fuck out of here, bro.
And he is going to have the Bills 1st down. And how about that for getting what you need? It's a gain of 9 there on 4th and 8. Got his man.
Stiffy put money.
It's Davis. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
And now defensively in the 2-minute drill, the big key to me, make sure you understand your assignments, and anytime you get a chance to tackle someone in bounds, get them on the ground.
Now Allen.
Oh, he stopped.
Oh.
He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
He's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now. Running for it. Here's
Get your ass down, niggas.
And I don't think he
Take this ball, shove it in your butt.
He did not. They start with a yard.
It's like defense, kid.
Yeah, thanks, bro.
Kid. David? No Davis.
You get water? No? I'm fucking.
Look at that. A pop tart and you okay. Okay, fine. Don't mind. Oh, shit.
Makes sense. I think the last one. Last one. I think he's good up here.
To go for it with such little time remaining, and that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none?
Wow.
Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none.
Yes, exactly right.
Another go-around now for the Jets offense. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. That one looks like he'll throw here.
Come on, I could have had that.
It's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Diaz. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
Throwing is Diaz. Off the play fake. And that will be incomplete with the clock down now to 13 seconds.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
Diaz throwing on 4th down. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's got to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th.
I can hear it right now that most people in our business are saying, why aren't they running the football? But I happen to agree with this strategy. They've had success all game long. I don't think they should go away from it. Too often, teams go into that protect mode and end up giving away the football. This team has stayed aggressive, and it's working out for them.
That ball caught by Harrison. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but 2nd, 3rd, and 4th quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So for the Giants, they continue to cruise as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Bills, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gooden. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Oh, you are good. I'm just selling you this thing. This is no content here. Wow. Hey, you oh, 81? Hey, 28.1, excuse me. Yeah, 69 yards. Hey, look at you. Long building. Hey. Oh, let's see what's that having. That'll. That would. Got it for us. 4. Good. Wow, boy. 3.5. 5. 6.5. 8. 9. 10. Oh, that's not even adjusted. Look. What's this? I need a section. I was going to have 2 big blocks. I had to make up for last game. I had to. Thanks for watching. I got the 300. I didn't get the 5, but hey, I'll take the 300. Thanks for watching.